This is What Your Killer Mains is About You Complete Edition. My Discord is in the description. Sorry for me mumbling in the beginning. If you main Springtrap, you probably love tunneling, which is okay with me, because I love when people tunnel me. Most of you instantly go for the person who gets off hook, but besides that, you probably main him just because you love FNAF or like maining new killers. If you main Kankaniki, you just love getting 4Ks. You normally also have a habit of rage baiting others as a goofy trait. Finally, if you main Wesker, you are just a goofy person, and you normally like to have fun in your matches. And most of the time, you just keep attempting to do a car or wall tech, and once you fail, you just won't stop doing it the entire match. For the first killer we'll talk about is one of my favorites, Spirit, as requested by Ethan Smith. If you play Spirit, you probably love first-person shooter games as you have really good ears, you always probably go for the 4K, and you definitely love mind gaming every single palette without even noticing you're doing it. Next up is Dracula, requested by EMP Duck. If you main Dracula, you mostly love how diverse you can play as him. If you want to have a pyramid head type ability, you play in his normal form. Or you can switch it up and play as a little cute doggy that survivors can give snuggles and watch you crash your head into multiple walls. Requested by Galaxy Game A606, if you main Demogorgon, you are most likely a casual player. You can be a little goofy, but most of the time you like taking long chases, which you normally respect the survivor who gives you that. First up we have Dredge, requested by Real Hatchy. If you main Dredge, you have a talkative personality and you love your ability and the fact that you can scare noobs who run into walls. When I released my short on the top 5 best killers, you guys all started commenting on like other killers in the top 5 and rise up to 3rd place from 4th. Second up we have Chucky, requested by Zero. If you main Chucky, you probably are used to being short IRL, so you don't have an issue with not seeing shit. It is always a split between 50-50 of either you guys being toxic teabaggers or being really nice but still very competitive. Third, we have Knight, requested by Losing It Slowly. Honestly, I don't think Knight mains have a personality. The most I ever get from you guys is you shaking your head no. But you main him just because you have a really good gen pressure and you are really good in chase. Simply, you play him because he's powerful and I respect that. First up, we have Singularity, requested by Trixley. If you play Singularity, you like having absolute pressure over every single generator. I personally love and hate your kind. You guys can absolutely crush chases and eat pallets while being really impressive with generators. You are also most likely a smart person in real life. Second up, we have Trapper, requested by Wreck-It Rookie. If you main Trapper, you play him because you find other killers too easy, because your power is much more weak than other killers, or you're just new. Trapper mains are only huge sweats at the game.
Bro, what are these trap placements?
Finally, we have Ghostface, requested by Official Northern Ravens. If you main Ghostface, you are most likely a really casual, fun player. You like sneaking up on people and getting them down, or just being kind and letting players take a little break by being nice all match. If there were a killer titled the least toxic, it would go to you guys, as there's not many toxic Ghostface mains. First up, we have Deathslinger, requested by Jason Voorhees. If you main Deathslinger, you most likely come from a first-person shooter background. You normally like to go for fun and crazy shots. Second up, we have Freddy, requested by Freddy Cougar Twerkoff. What is that name? If you main Freddy, you are probably a sweat. For example, as I mentioned in a previous short on the best killers statistically, you guys were #1 in kill rate. Third, we have Clown, requested by Inspirant Toast. If you main Clown, you definitely love those jiggle physics on that belly, and you definitely are a person who loves horror movies. Most Clown mains I know are obsessed with horror shows, half of them are into heavy metal, and every single one of you do a jiggle on his belly before a match starts. Here's my friend who's a Clown main that can do a really good impression. Alright, so can you do your Clown impression?
Great. I gotta get my voice ready.
First up, we have my main Pinhead, requested by Brad. If you main Pinhead, you're one of those people who can pick up a game and get really good at it quickly. People will probably dislike you for being a Pinhead main just because people find you annoying. Also, you probably play other killers than just him because it can get tiring. Second up, we have Unknown, requested by Dearboy492. If you play Unknown, you definitely play Springtrap as well. Unknown mains play him because his anti-loop is so powerful and you just have to predict the players. A big trick on you guys is that you guys mind game literally everything when you don't need to. Third, we have Myers, requested by Noisy Cheesecake, who said they will send a Myers plush picture, which did happen in my Discord server, link in the description. If you main Myers, you are a really goofy person. A lot of people call you weird, and you love how funny his bones are. And you love scaring people. When you switch to Tombstone or Infinite, you are playing to win and completely lock in them. First up, requested by Flying Donut 05 is Plague. If you main Plague, then you just like being a noob stomper, and you absolutely are done with going against his Swifts. I also dislike you. Second up, we have Huntress, requested by Cursed Vessel. If you play Huntress, you are most likely a veteran player. You go for orbitals a lot at the start of every single match just so you can get a clip. Huntress mains also tend to be really kind. Of course, some are toxic, but those are mainly new players. Third, we have Trickster, requested by Future Wario 9591. You most likely love anime, you most likely love his fits, and you most likely are an energetic person in real life. Of course, we're ignoring the 60% of Trickster mains that are purely toxic and have anger issues. First up, we have Nemesis, requested by Homie Cheese 227. If you made Nemesis, you play him because the Resident Evil chapter was most likely your favorite, and you love being able to counter TNL loops. If you run the add-on that makes your zombies quicker, then you're just annoying. Like, these zombies don't get off my— Second up, we have Twins, requested by Marcio Vizio Lacuna. If you main Twins, you love having quick games. I mean, you can easily slug as long as not everyone against you is really good at juking and mind gaming. If you play Twins, you're there for the 4K. Sometimes you get patch. Third, we have Pig, requested by Fingus McDingus. If you main Pig, you are a goofy person. You love when you trap toxic survivors survivors and they still try to leave without taking the trap off. You guys also love when you get a boop on the snoot, or you hate it. You are a person who probably gets called weird in real life because you're goofy or just different. First up, we have Wraith, requested by Dija. If you main Wraith, you love kicking gens over and over again, as that's the only way you can keep gens away, especially the ones running double dance add-ons. If you play Wraith, you just love that feeling when you mind game a pallet and uncloak to get the hit. Second up, we have Xeno, requested by Ethan Smith, very enthusiastically. If you main Xeno, you normally are really funny, but you also punch those turrets in real life, especially when a survivor sets up 5 of them at Shack and you can't see anything. Besides that Xenomorph queen skin. Third, we have Bubba. This is the ultimate camping killer. There are 2 types of you, and let me start with his main stereotype. You are new at the game, or you're such a casual player you still play like a little baby killer. You are also very emotional and get triggered very fast. You also rage really quickly. The other stereotype is you're a really goofy person who spins around really fast when something happens to add comedic effects. Legion, requested by Edgemaxer. The Legion has many different forms, so here are my opinions on each of you. Frank, you're a noob or casual. Susie, you're a sweat or a gamer girl. Joey, you want to look cool, and you most likely are male. Julie, you want a specific fit. Mascot, you're a funny person. In the short, I never said this, but if you main Hunk, you're really cool and you're taking games seriously. Second number requested by Metal is Onryo. If you main Onryo, the number 1 thing you hate isn't bully squads, it's your height. They made Onryo's height so awkward. If you try sweating, all you do is go to TV to TV to TV, and yeah, it's a really boring playstyle. Onryo mains also tend to like Marvel, comic, or anime. Third up is Blight, requested by Bonrako Mankin. If you main Blight, you love when you start up a match and you can just bounce around and get that first hit. You guys tend to either overthink, which causes you guys to hesitate. If you get looped really hard, you just take the stuns and you stop greeting completely. Requested by Watch You Sleep at Night. If you main Oni, you are hella goofy. You just want to get those crazy cross-map hits, or you grinded to be able to get those insane flicks consistently. The other half of you are just sweats, and I'm not complaining. Requested by Mighty Teto. If you main Vecna, you play him because you can change up what you do each game, because your ability is diverse from others. Vecna mains tend to have really chill personalities rather than energetic. Requested by General V. If you main Skull Merchant, then you're unique. No one really likes playing as or against this killer unless they have that skin on. If you main Skull Merchant though, some of you are just newer to the game and are experimenting with the killers. You guys also tend to have kind personalities even though you 3-gen a lot. First up, we have Nurse, requested by VIP Off-Brand. If you main Nurse, you want quick matches, you always go for the 4K, and you want to perfect your skill on her so that you can get a crazy 4K streak. Her power literally defies tiles. Second up, we have Hound Mommy, requested by Cookie Monster 4505. If you main Houndmaster, you love predicting where people will go. Even though your Hound is the most buggy thing in the game, you are a rare breed as there's barely anyone who mains Houndmaster. Third, we have Pyramid Head, requested by Angel of Sun 290. If you main Pyramid Head, the one thing that satisfies you the most is between the sound of you hitting your ability through a crazy wall or the fact that you have a 3-second Mori. Pyramid Heads are normally people who have been playing the game for 2 to 3 years or completely OG. First up, we have Artist, requested by George V Death. If you main Artist, then congrats. You main one of the really difficult killers to play in the game. Genuinely, you're goated. If you main Artist, you like the fact that you have everything you need. You have gen pressure, anti-loop, easy tunnel, etc. Artist mains tend to be smart and calculated players, and you guys have some of the best skins in the game. Second up, we have Billy, requested by Melon. If you main Hillbilly, you love getting crazy overcharged cross-map hits, or go around the map 2 times and get someone. You guys tend to respect survivors when they're bullying you. Sounds weird, but you like to be funny when they're trying to annoy you. Third up, we have Hag, requested by Wendy. If you play Hag, you like pushing survivors into tiles you set up ahead of time. Hag mains also love the endgame build where you can absolutely crush exit. Fourth killer to end the series will be Doctor, requested by King Burbs. If you main Doctor, let's be honest, you just love making the survivors scream, especially when you're tired of people looping you, so you don't do anything but shock for the entire match. Doctor mains used to be newer players, but not anymore. Most Doctor players have been maining him for a while now and understand his ability. Hope you all enjoyed. If you did, like and subscribe, and come meet me over at Twitch while I play Dead by Daylight and other games.